Nnamdi had a chance to take you guys all around Atlanta. I don't know if you guys, knew much about my foundation before today, but we do similar work. And I'm really proud of you guys. And when he told me that you were here, I wanted to be able to not only meet and greet you, but let you know what I do as well, in hopes that maybe in the future you guys may be coming back for college, or you may come back and in some way want to do some volunteer work. I welcome that. What we do is really inspire youth with youth. And I've been doing that since the day that I decided to become a philanthropist, or just do what I felt was natural, which was, give kids something positive to not only look forward to, but to aspire to be. I looked at myself as an example, being successful as an artist. I found something that I wanted to do at a young age. So I wanted them to have that same opportunity. And, I really give him a hand for also to allowing you guys to be thought leaders in, defining your own destiny. You can be anything that you want to be as long as you know how to, as long as you have the tools to do it, and also to the support. So you guys definitely have to give it to not only him, but his staff as well, and also for yourselves. I mean, I don't know how many of you guys are from Philly, from Oakland,
Philly.
any Bay Area, Yay area. But it's all the same, man. It's all the same. Opportunity is what you make it, and as I say, the more access you have, and the more of an opportunity you're given, the more there is an opportunity to show up. Unfortunately, life gives you, the task to live every day, and if you start early enough, you could live the life that you really want to live long term. As an athlete, as a mentor, as a photographer, as a person, that has a specific trade or something that you really like to do. Is there anything that you guys have interest in doing at all?
I like to produce.
You like to produce? Okay, so we got producers. Do you know how to play any instrument at all?
Piano a little bit.
You know how to play piano? Engineering and teaching as well. That's great. That's great. That's not necessarily an ideal position that everybody has access to, especially for young men and women, because I deal with young men and women from impoverished areas. So they don't have that exposure. They don't even know that opportunity is there. So when I introduce something to them, the first thing they would assume is, okay, I want to be a basketball player, a football player. I want to do something that I can use, my physical attributes to excel in life. But introducing them to like an engineering job, introducing them to, being a technician of some sort, understanding how things work, understanding that, life and work is a lot more than just, the finale or you go to a show, you see the stage, you see the guy on the stage, but you don't realize that sometimes the person who is actually behind the stage is making more money than the person who's actually on stage. So it could be a tech, it could be an engineer, it could be a person who is, cooking the food there, it could be a person who's doing the accounting there, it could be a person who is actually managing the artist, all of that. So I just really always try to introduce the full spectrum to each and every person that I have access to. Anybody thinking about going to the ACU in here? So you guys went to the ACU today?
We did, yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Where else did you guys go? Georgia Tech. Spelman, Morehouse. Georgia Tech. Emory. But that's cool, y'all are our future, and you're sitting in a place that is going to continue to inspire many, many people like yourselves, and many, many people like my staff, who used to be my campers, who used to be the people whom I just wanted to mentor. Now they're leading the charge. Now they're standing on the front line, and giving that same opportunity to other young men and women. Y'all got any questions or anything like that? I don't want to just be, a counselor all of a sudden. You know what I mean? But I really do enjoy mentoring, but I like kicking it too.
Yeah, we just need to process.
So all you guys are obviously very, very educated. Do you know or have an idea of what you want to go after in college? Accounting, okay. CPA, all right. Kinesiologist.
Physical therapy.
Physical therapy. I might need one of them. Engineering. Criminal law. I need you. I need you to get focused on it right now.
Public health.
Okay.
Marketing.
Marketing.
Music.
Music.
Sports doctor.
Sports.
Sports doctor.
Sports doctor. All right. Cool. Did you play sports too? You play sports too. Okay. Cool. That's awesome. Computer science. Now, what I will tell you is that there's more than just like there's no shortage of versatility and all of the access and things that you want to do. Mentor each other. You know, inspire each other. Talk to each other about what you do in your fields, and you know, encourage one another. You know, as you move forward, who knows, you may move apart, but I think that that's something also to connect with, being able to keep these groups together and be able to communicate and grow with each other, not just through fraternities or whatever like that, but like creating your own fraternity, creating your own opportunity, your own circle of communication. How about you, man?
Computer science.
Computer science or sports? Which basketball, baseball, football? Basketball. Nobody's into baseball. All right. You know, they make more money than everybody, right?
Right.
Those deals are crazy. But I mean, that's pretty much it, man. You know, this is our Spark Lab. What'd you say?
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing a lot.
We were just singing your song. No,
It was on the bus going like 2008.
Like, let it burn. And I saw her earlier, we were like,
That was yeah. Who's this, Deshaun? Yes.
Hey,
It gotta be him.
But really, I think Rena had a question.
Okay.
Yes, I wanted to know how much sense or like how beneficial it is to actually go to school for drama.
For drama, how beneficial is it to go to school? Well, first of all, I think it's really great that you all have established what your talent is and that you know exactly what you want to do, right? The next part is obviously, there's these pillars, there's education, and then obviously there's a career of it, if that is truly what you want to do and you continue to pursue it, and then to pay it back. That's our pillars, right? As it relates to drama, I think drama as an interpretation and art as an interpretation is by far one of the most significant tools that we all have, because there's art in everything that we do. There is our aesthetic, there's a specific thing that makes us who we are, right? It could be a color, it could be an idea, an emotion, all of those things that you put into what you do, be it in technology, computer, even in what you do as a physical therapist. You know what I mean? So drama, as an expressive tool, I think it gets you out of your shell. I think it gives you an opportunity to be able to use creative outlets, be it video, music, writing, composing, all of those things to interpret yourself. So not one greater than any other, but I mean, I think I took advantage of one of them. You know, an artist, I use art.
Yes.
So I'm different person experience.
Yes.
But I also, I don't think that there's many other things that kind of put the type of pressure to perform, knowing that someone is watching you, or knowing someone is analyzing what you're doing, or you might be a little nervous, whatever. Those are all the things that come with being a great performer, and the more you become accustomed to doing it, and just kind of living and walking in it. The same way I asked you, what do you want to do? You have to continue to be benevolent in your process of what you feel you're going to do. If you feel like I'm going to be a drama major, if I'm going to be a computer tech, if I'm going to be, a kinesiologist, whatever it is that I want to do, you got to say it and then continue to pursue it. There's more than enough information, to be able to facilitate that reality. You can look it up, and not everything that you read is 100% the truth. Some of it is fact, some of it is for you to investigate. But, you can do anything you wanna do.
So, one last question, Samir, you have a hand up.
So you had a dream about starting this, but how did you actually get it to fruition?
Time. Time and, educating myself in the process. Finding the best ways to be effective and, really implementing, you know, whatever the plan was. For instance, me and my mother, we viewed a lot of juvenile court cases when I was about 13 or 14 years old. So I did a lot of personal philanthropic work even before I was an artist. So I was the type of kid who would go out and I would talk to other kids about, you know, doing something positive because it was all kind of shit stuff all over. Sorry. I mean, there was a lot of, you know, opportunity to go in the wrong direction. But I saw, you know, kids, you know, our neighborhoods being taken over by gang violence. I saw little girls, you know, who didn't necessarily have a father who was there, you know, really wanting to have that man in their life to be able to give them some sort of, you know, confidence and love and appreciation. But then they would end up pregnant with a child, and now their opportunity to be able to go off in life is kind of cut short. You know, having a child is one of the most incredible things, but if you're too young, you're gonna cut yourself short. But you know, I think in lieu of just being that way as a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old, it stuck with me. You know what I mean? And I always wanted to do something positive. You know, if there were negative, I always try to create the balance. Like, okay, well, let me do something on the other side. They're gonna create Bloods and Crips. Let me try to, you know, get a group of kids who will go out here and talk positive shit to other kids. You know what I mean? And, but you know, that's basically how I started my pursuit. It started with as a camp New Look, and ACU. Every summer we would bring a group of kids. Actually, Gavin was a part of that process as well, and a few other people who kind of going on and continue to, you know, carry the torch of you know, youth philanthropy. But you know, we brought them all together, man, and we just gave them an experience that they otherwise would have never had in any way. One, being on a college campus, environment is everything. If you place yourself in a positive environment, you begin to change your reality changes. So for them, they didn't realize, wow, wait a minute, I get a chance to see college campus. I actually saw, I sat in the cafeteria. I got a chance to speak to some of the counselors. I got a chance to see some of the people walk into class with their books. Now I see it, I could potentially have it. And education was really the only thing that I could focus on right then, because I felt like that was the most important thing. So for kids who were struggling in class, I made them aware, like, you know, you can come back here and get a scholarship if you really work hard. Look, they take an interest in you. They came to this space. They believe in you. You should continue to follow it up, keep it going. And from that, I think the campus just kind of grew into a board. And before you know it, our focus and our ideas of philanthropy changed. And I just wanted to be a man of service for youth with the initiative of education being the focus.
Look, I just want to thank Usher. You know, this was very last minute. So if we have 2 seconds, we just want to take